and welcome to Hollow Acres Homestead. My name is Stephanie. Today is a gloriously cloudy day, and there is not a better day than to plant some trees. So we went to Food Lion, believe it or not, and found a bunch of fruit trees for $18.99 a piece. So I had to get 8 of them. And what I have done is laid them out where I wanted them in the yard, and I am working with the space that I have. So my front yard gets 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day, and these trees need 6 or more hours of sunlight a day. So this was really the only place that I could put them was in the front yard. So what I have decided to do is set it up where, yes, it's like an orchard style, but it leads a pathway to the garden. It makes you want to go to the garden. So the varieties that I am growing are, here we have a semi-dwarf Santa Rosa plum, zones 5 through 8, full sun. It says semi-dwarf Santa Rosa plum is a deep reddish purple plum. Harvest mid-summer, another Japanese plum needed to produce fruit. And what I have over here, and I kept them about 20 feet apart, is this is the Melthly plum. Now they did not have another Santa Rosa plum or I would have gotten it. So I'm hoping that this is going to make it produce fruit. It says vigorous, productive tree with an abundant harvest of deep red fruit that is excellent, eaten fresh or made into preserves. Decadus. This tree will grow to be about 15 feet tall and wide. So this one's 15 by 15. I kept this one near the edge of the road where it can get nice and large. And the Santa Rosa plum will get 12 feet tall and wide. So it's smaller, closer to the house. They're supposed to produce fruit this year, so I'm so excited for that. Before we get planting, let's go through the other varieties. So here we have peaches, and where I put them is I have a garden bed here, and it goes to the end, right as a walkway to the garden. This is the Red Haven peach, a vigorous tree with outstanding fruit with firm yellow flesh that becomes freestone. Plant with other peach varieties for best fruit production. Needs 400 chill hours. It grows 10 to 15 feet high and wide. If you're purchasing trees and you see on the tag that it says the fruit becomes freestone, what that means is that the pit slides very easily out of the fruit. And here we have the Alberta Peach. Large freestone fruit ripens during late summer. Firm yellow flesh has a rich, sweet flavor. Eat fresh or canned. Decadus. Already putting on some blooms. There we go. I'm so excited about all this fruit. The rain is here. It is now raining, and I'm not going to leave my camera in the rain. So I'm going to put it away. And so I have just dug the hole for the plum tree here behind me. I've taken it out of the bag. Here is the hole. Now I went to get my tree fertilizer, and well, what do you know, a raccoon got to it. So I don't have any tree fertilizer. What I do have is very good compost. And these Job fertilizer pellets. Tablets, not pellets. But this is what I'm going to be using to get it started. So here are what the tablets look like. I'm going to put one there. Soil that I'm using now is compost mixed with the soil from the hole. We're just going to lightly press and roll it to get it out of the pot. I'm not seeing any caught roots, so I think we're good to plant. That is where I want it. Now notice that the hole is not any deeper than the root base. We're not trying to cover the trunk in soil. I am now putting more of the compost mixed with the soil from the hole into the hole surrounding the tree. And there we have our first planted plum. Ignore my porch. It's messy. I'm cleaning things. So that is the same process that I'm going to follow for all of the trees. It is sprinkling, so I'm going to put the camera on the porch so it doesn't get wet, and I will be back soon to show you the progress. So it is the next day now. Actually, I think it's a couple days later, and we are going to check on the trees. I have them all planted. It's really bright out here. It did get down to 22 degrees last night, and you can see that the flowers took a hit. Santa Rosa Plum. This is the medley plum, putting on growth and sprouts. Over here I have not finished cleaning because it started raining as I was planting these. I have not decided if I'm going to do a flower bed over here or not. Obviously I need to clean all that stuff up. These are our apple trees. I have apple trees on this side. That one's pretty tall. This is the gala apple tree. There's a pogo stick. And this is an apple tree that I planted. I can't remember what variety it is, so we're just going to be surprised. While we're over here, pretty daffodils. Yeah. And then back in this pot, I have persimmon trees growing. The persimmon tree grows very slowly, so it is going to take quite a while. I'm just going to let it do its thing in its pot up there. I don't know how well these hard shadows are going to come across. I like how this is looking, this nice dark soil on top. It's going to be sad when I have to mulch it. Here's our peach tree and our other peach tree. In the backyard, I planted 2 pear trees in the only space that gets 6 to 8 hours of sun a day. I am not done with my yard. It does not look good. There is crap everywhere. I do not feel comfortable sharing that on camera, so I'm not going to. What I will show you before we end this video, though, is that I am working with these pallets, and I'm going to make a door for my entryway for my garden. The garden door. I just need to track down one more 4x4 and probably some hinges, and I think we'll be good to go. Around the base of the trees, I went through, and let's see if we can get here. I planted thyme around the base of the tree. I planted thyme at the base of all of the fruit trees, and they seem to be doing fine. The 22-degree weather last night did not do any harm to them. Thyme is pretty hardy like that. That is all I have for trees. I will bring you along as I put more flowers and herbs and whatever. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. I have fruit trees in the ground, and I'm very excited about it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me while I planted these fruit trees, and hopefully you learned something. We'll see you next time here on Hollow Acres Homestead.